Hey guys, Teach here. We're back with the Fergie way. It's January, we'll be talking transfers, and of course we've got a live com away to West Brom. Hey guys, welcome back to the Fergie way, and first of all we'll take a look at the games that have happened since we were last here. So of course we played Chelsea in the last game, we'd won 1-0, was in the live com, and then we had 3 fixtures to move on to, so we'll start with Leicester. So we played Leicester at home, and we reverted back to the 3-1-2 formation, obviously 4 at the back as per usual, and the result belies the way the game played, as you can see there. Down on the bottom left-hand corner, possession was 62%. I mean, we absolutely monted them. They stood no chance. How we came away with only 1 goal is anyone's guess. But that's all that happened. 1-0, 1 matter. We'll take it. On to the next game, and it was Bournemouth. We were playing at Old Trafford this time. And once again, the possession, we absolutely destroyed them. One thing I'm finding with this formation is being able to play Paul Pogba as an advanced playmaker on the central midfield line is proving the potion for him. He's always struggled slightly for the whole time that I've started this career. I've always had him tiring out and just never playing bad, but never really playing well neither. As you can see in this game, he did manage to grab himself a goal, playing a 9 rating, and he's been playing more of the same in that. When we're playing that formation, that generally seems to be where he's at. He seems to be getting more involved in the game, he gets more shots, more key tackles and more key passes as well. Also in the 5-1 drubbing of Bournemouth, Juan Mata once again picking up 2 goals from behind the strikers, playing him as a trequartista, and it seems to be working in his favour. And as usual, Memphis Depay, who just seems to be, anything he touches right now turns to gold. Memphis has been an absolute revelation in this career. And on to the third game since the last live com, it was West Ham United. We were playing at Old Trafford once again. Slaven Bilic gave me a right load of shit before we went into the game. Didn't pander to it, didn't really get involved, just told him to wind his neck in. I'm not having anything to say about that. And we ran out 2-0 winners, once again with very, very strong possession. Of course, playing at home, we expect that anyway, but we were very strong possession. 20 shots, 10 on target. Once again, Juan Mata and Memphis Depay, both playing out of their socks at the moment. 2-0 win. 3 games, 3 wins, 9 points since you were last here. And that leaves us top of the league. Currently, Arsenal do have a game in hand, but we are 6 points clear. Needless to say, if we get the result we're after today against West Brom, it puts us 9 points clear, early January, almost. It's borderline ridiculous, really, to be so far ahead. Also, taking a look down the league, if you look in 9th position here, we have Chelsea. Chelsea have just sacked Conte. Obviously due to a really, really bad start. I mean, it's not terrible, but I mean, 23 points adrift away from the top. They are in a world of shit right now. Guardiola has been noted in the media about maybe taking over the job. He's refuted their claims. And yeah, that's all we really have to say about that. Martial still leading the goal scoring charts, and Memphis Depay and Martial still having the top average ratings, with not really much changing on the assist front other than Memphis Depay filling the 3rd slot. Depay and Mata now catching up on the player of the match. And that's about it. David De Gea, of course, with 11 clean sheets, with us being top of the league. That's slightly what we'd expect to see. But yeah, chuffed to bits. Lads playing really well. The team's coming together. And that is that. So on to the news. And at the back end of the year there, of course, are many awards going on. And one that did come up was rookie Martial claims the award for European Golden Boy. Now, of course, he's played really well, thoroughly deserves the accolade of being European Golden Boy. And I was chuffed to bits. I mean, you can see there 20 appearances, 19 goals with 9 assists, average rating of 7.95. The kid's on fire. You will have to mind my kits here. They don't quite fit the template that sits in their game, but it's dead hard to see, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, David De Gea in the sticks, Juan Mata featuring in the middle, and Martial. Probably some surprise inclusions as Philip Lahm still playing in the World Team of the Year at the right back position. Di Maria's obviously having a screamer down at PSG. And of course, no Suarez. Martial stealing that position, and Sanchez playing out on the wide left. Good Team of the Year. Great for us having 3 players in there. And of course, we have more players in the Team of the Year than any other club. And once again, another string to Martial's bow. Named Player of the Year, the French Player of the Year award, should I say, with Pogba coming in second and Griezmann coming third. Good to see Pogba getting some sort of recognition. As I say, It's great for him more as a confidence booster more than anything. I just want him to press on after spending 90 million quid. Griezmann, on the other hand, I like the look of him. The one thing I'm trying to be careful of here in this save is I don't really want to go balls out and spend a right load of money on one or two players unless I feel I'm adding world class to the team in an area where the team needs world class. That's not going to stunt the growth of any youngsters. If I was to buy Griezmann, I'd be forced really to play him out left because at the moment I have 4 strikers with Martial, Zlatan, Rashford and of course Depay now moving up into that striker role. It would be a struggle to play him as a striker. However, midfield left. Dun, dun, dun. Who knows? Who knows? It's not something I've decided to do, but it's something I've certainly looked at thinking, I could strengthen that role there. I've only really got the likes of Depay, who's now playing a lot in the striking role, and I have Lingard, and of course, at times when I feel I can play Juan Mata out there as well. However, Griezmann will play there comfortably. So we'll see. We'll see. We then move on to Player of the Month as we stepped into January, and this time round it was Juan Mata, and rightfully so as well. I think he came into the squad when we started using the new formation. 7 appearances, 5 goals, average rating 7.79. Really kicked on, keeping Mkhitaryan out of the team when we use that formation. Really, really pleased with that. For all the awards Martial has received, he has missed out for a change on the Young Player of the Month, falling to second behind Leroy Sané, who has had 6 appearances and 4 goals. To Martial's 3, that's probably what kept him up there, but still a good result, I think. It's just having these players there. And once again, we see Hector Bellerin. And once again, almost a foregone conclusion now, guys. Eric Cantona, Manager of the Month. It's happened every single month since we've started this career. One important thing to note is that since we did lose to Watford, we are currently on a winning streak. So 5 wins on the bounce going into the West Brom game today. And we will just have a quick talk about transfers. So I've mentioned this a few times in previous episodes. I've had a lot of players coming to me saying, we're not getting game time. I want to play this. I want to play that. And I look at the contracts and I think, well, fuck me. You're on a backup contract. You are a backup to the first team squad. Yet here you are on my door whinging at me how you want to play first team football. So as much as I'd like to keep some of the following players, they are literally being pushed out the door so that I can thin the squad in the areas I feel it needs thinning, and then with the possibility of looking at adding elsewhere. So Michael Carrick, I'm really willing to leave him in the squad if I had to, but he has come to me a couple of times. He's maybe had 1 appearance, so if I can give him away to somebody just to get him some game time, I'm happy. Wayne Rooney, I couldn't give 2 hoots about. I don't care where he goes. I don't care how much money I get back in. I just want him off the wage bill. He's not going to feature. Ashley Young is a player that I did bring in from the reserves at the beginning of the season due to the lack of width I had, lack of players available to play out wide, midfield left, midfield right. However, I've not used him as much as I'd want to, and I was offered money for him at the beginning of the game, so I'm just going to try and send him out the door now. Fellaini, once again, it's like battling AIDS. I probably won't be able to sell him. It's probably easier to get rid of AIDS, to be honest. I'm going to try. I don't care. Once again, value isn't anything at the moment. Getting him off the wage bill would be handy. Valencia's another one who came to me. He wants first team football. He wants to be playing a lot more, and I'm happy enough to give him that and basically release him. Not release him, but I'm happy to try and find him a club. There is some bids in at the moment. I'm not going to talk about bids or who's at what where, because we'll probably do that in the next episode on the hope that some of these players have gone, with the possibility of viewing some players to come in. One thing I will say, that while I've been looking for a right back in the transfer market, I have been playing Timothy Fosu-Mensah back there, and he's been playing well. So that might stave off the need for a right back, and currently right now, if I'm going to buy anyone, given the fact that the club gave me a load of money, it might just be all out on one person, hence why I was maybe taking a look at Griezmann. And interestingly, Alaba has been brought to me as being available for a horrific amount of money, however, available nonetheless. Last one to talk about would be Jesse Lingard. This one's more of a test of the water because, look at that, 31.5 million value. I'll let that sink in. 31.5 million. Jesse Lingard spent a lot of time injured while he's in this season. I've used him very seldomly. I tried to fit him in where I could. However, His current ability at 24 years old does not warrant that value in money. So if he doesn't sell, no drama whatsoever. I'll just keep him, use him when I can use him, fit him in around the squad as and where I can. However, if someone wants to be ridiculous enough to try and bring that money to me, jobs are good. When I talk about trying to bring players in, these players that we can see at the bottom here, your Twinzabi, Rashawn Williams, Jong, Nishan, Callum Gribbin, and of course we've got Fosu Mensah at the top of the field. They're the players who I'm trying not to stunt the growth off if I can avoid it. Don't want to be bringing too many players in their positions and not give them the opportunity to play. Bearing in mind what I'm trying to do here is thin out the squad where I can. So on that note, guys, we'll go on to today's live comments against West Brom, and I'll see you at the selection screen. So guys, for a change, we will take a look at West Brom's team first. So they've got Foster in net, Galloway playing left back, Johnny Evans and McCauley playing centre backs with Dawson as right back. Jakob sat in front of the defensive line trying to protect him as best he can against an in-form and on-fire United team with Chadley out left, Brunt and Fletcher in the middle and Berahino out on the right. Rondon playing up top completes West Brom's lineup today. And on to the starting lineup of the magnificent and mighty Reds. So we have De Gea in goal. We also have Luke Shaw coming back in at left back. He has missed that opportunity a few times now due to Daley Blind playing so well. Phil Jones and Smalling making up the centre-back ball-playing defenders, and we have Darmian, who's just back into the squad after Fosu Mensah played 2 or 3 games on the bounce at right-back. We have Paul Pogba playing an advanced playmaker role in the middle, with Schneiderlin playing a central defensive midfielder and Herrera playing a supportive midfielder. Above them, we have Juan Mata, who's playing a trequartista attack role, who's been on fire playing that role, it has to be said. He's been playing really well. I'm absolutely chuffed to bits for him. With Martial playing a complete forward support and Depay playing an advanced forward. And we move into Roy Keane's House of Pain. We'll see who he wants to damage today, and there's a fair few of them. Well done, Roy. Pat on the back. So we are going to encourage the team to just basically pick up where they left off. They've been playing really well. I'm going to tell Memphis that I've got faith in him to make a difference. And at that note, we'll go straight into the game. So we are back on extended highlights, guys. We were on key highlights when we were playing the 2 games back to back in the previous episode. But as we're only playing 1 game, got a little bit more time to commentate now as Mata crosses the ball into Pogba. Pogba to Memphis, and it's a foul by Memphis. I thought it was a penalty for a second. Early signs of that were started as we've ended the last few games. We're already at 60% possession. No shots going round yet, but I do expect one very soon with Herrera now pushing the ball out to Darmian. Pogba in the middle. Pogba with a distant shot. Come on, Paul, we don't want him. It's Mata now to Memphis. Memphis is cut inside. Memphis, finish. What can you say? Memphis doing what he's been doing all season. That's Mata. He cuts into the right, leathers one from the outside of the area. Keeper stands no chance. It's 1-0 United. Well played, Memphis. It's Darmian now, looking to attack again. United through Mata. Mata's put it wide. It's Rondon, and somehow that is ridiculous. I would be raging if I was a West Brom fan right now. Rondon blazes it wide on an open net. What a tool. Herrera. Mata again, out to Phil Jones. Phil Jones puts it wide to Shaw. Shaw tries getting to Martial, but gives the ball away. That's poor Luke Shaw. It's Pogba now. Shaw. Still Shaw. It's Pogba. Mata. Shaw out wide. Shaw will cross. Martial. Martial's been a few games without a goal at the moment, guys. He really has. He seems to have lost that form that he had. But still have confidence in him, still have confidence to grab a goal. As we step into half-time now, I'm going to tell the guys that I'm not really that pleased. I would hope to be more ahead than that. Depay, demotivated. What can you do? There's enough greens to warrant one red. Darmian now up the right-hand side. Fucking useless. It's Jones now to Schneiderlin. And Pogba from 40 yards, Pogba. Come on, man. Wind it in. As Pogba picks it up again, it's Mata. And it's Pogba. Pogba's slapping them from all over the show. Here's me been praising Pogba, saying he's been doing really well. And all he's managed to do in this game is get the ball 10 metres into their half and just lash at goal. It's Darmian now, out wide. It was a ball from Pogba. It's Herrera, Schneiderlin. Pogba is on a mission, shooting again from outside the area. Memphis, free kick. Right, so what we'll do is we'll try and look at making a substitution. Make some changes. Pogba is absolutely knackered. I don't know why, because all he seems to do is just get the ball and leather it from nowhere. And we will take a look at Martial's having a bit of a poor game. We'll bring on Zlatan, try and get his match sharpness back up. He's just back from injury. We'll see how he gets on. A quiet second half, guys. We're heading into the last 2 or 3 minutes here. United are back on the attack. It's only a 1-0 slender lead as the ball's been turned over, but we've got it back again. It's Mata, Schweinsteiger, Darmian, Schneiderlin, Mata, Schweinsteiger, and Ibra loses it. As I say, not sharp. He's just been out for 2 to 3 weeks. Missed a lot of game time as it's cleared by Small, and only as far as Niomu levers it from 30 yards. Forces a save from De Gea. It's a West Brom corner now as De Gea comes out, calmly collects it, and for some reason boots it out of play. This looks like we're going into the final highlight now, guys, as we're walking out 1-0 winners. Not the nicest of wins, very scrappy at times. However, a win, 3 points. And I'm going to tell them that it was a bit of a let-off. A few of them are a bit pissed off. There's not a right lot I can do about that. Tell Memphis that he's played quite well. And, another 1-0 win, 3 points. It does mean that we keep our 9-point gap over Arsenal at the top of the league as we're still in January now. We'll go take a look at the schedule and we'll see when the next live com will be for tomorrow's episode. So we take a look at the schedule, guys, and as you can see, we do have Orient next in the FA Cup third round, which I'll be playing very much the youngsters if I can get away with it, which I'm sure I can. We then play at home to Sunderland and away to Burnley. However, I think the pick of the bunch would be the Spurs game that comes after the Burnley game. Away at Tottenham, I think that's a good one for the next episode. So on that note, guys, next episode we'll play Tottenham away. I do expect at that end of the month to have moved some players on and possibly at least begun to look at the possibility of bringing people in. So on that note, thank you very much for joining me for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, and if you want to see more content like this, hit the subscribe button, drop me a comment, maybe even follow me on Twitter. You can get hold of me there. I'll converse with everybody. And thanks for joining, and I will see you guys in the next one. Catch you later.